Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fawkes.
And Mr. Neon Fawkes, we are here with none other than Futurecop.
Yes,
and
one of the OGs.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And Manzer is your name, correct?
Yeah, you got it, yep.
Okay, can I call you Manzer? Or should we call you
him
Mr. Cop?
Mr. Cop.
No, don't do that. Call me Manzo.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah.
It would actually make a better show if we called you Mr. Cop. It's kind of like
don't do that. No.
You know what? There's plus if we say Cop, there's probably at least 20 other artists with the name Cop in them.
Yeah, I don't know. So, all right. So I am stoked. I have been listening to your music for like ever now. I mean, you've been around for just forever, and
long time. Yeah.
Like what? So like 20? Am I guessing? I'm gonna guesstimate from remembering your discography. It's like 2010 or 2000. No, 2000. Even before that, 2007.
My first gig was 2007. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Many synthwavers weren't even born.
Dennis,
then.
you were a wee baby back then. You weren't even born.
That's true. It is true.
Yeah, I mean, you've rubbed shoulders. You've been involved with Cliff Martinez. I know you were on like one of it. Like, hey,
it's incredible. It's an incredible honor. I tell you what,
Yeah.
I can't wait to dig into this chat. Before we do, let's just warm everyone's cockles up. What is that the right word, Jules?
Yes, that's correct.
Every time I say it, it sounds funny. But yeah, let's warm everyone up with a little tune that's not Futurecop, but a little artist that we kind of slept on because we were on hiatus. So why don't we go ahead and drop a track from them right now? Mr. Jules, you want to go ahead and set this up?
So yeah, January 19th, Cyberwalker has joined the new Retrowave roster, and he's got a new album out called Become Human. It's a little bit different than his prior works, which were kind of heavy on the techno trance. This one's a little more chill, but with heavy beats. So it's like chill wave with deep beats. And so the album's called Become Human, and we're gonna play this track. It's called Illusion, right here on Night Ride FM.
once again, that was Cyberwalker with Illusion. Very nice. Nice and chill, and very deep on the beats, the heavy beats, the deep beats.
I remember he launched the album. I went and snapped it up on Bandcamp, added it to playlists on Spotify, wore my Cyberwalker t-shirt.
Of course.
Oh, speaking of t-shirts, we got to talk to Manzer here. About
Yes.
this. I do not have a Futurecop t-shirt.
Here we go.
Oh, really?
Jules, guess how many t-shirts Jules has? Take a Mr.
Synthwave shirts. Let's be
Synthwave shirt. Guess.
Come on. You would know this. Let's see. I'll tell you right
Do
now.
over under.
I've got a spreadsheet.
Me?
Come on, man.
You want me to do it?
Manzer. Yeah, just guess how many Synthwave shirts a person can have.
20? That's quite a lot, but 20.
Yeah, that's quite a few.
Take
I'm
that. Multiply it.
220.
220?
Yeah.
You must have.
Is there that many in Synthwave artists?
Oh,
my
Jesus,
God.
there's like 2,000 Synthwave artists.
There's
I mean,
like
if you really
a
want to
million
dig deep.
Synthwave artists.
Let's see. I've got a couple of Quixotics. I've got several
a
Michael
Quixotic
Oakley.
shirt?
Yeah, Magic Sword here, a little Lavenue there.
That's incredible.
Sprinkle in some Droid Bishop, some Dead Life, some Destroyer, Dance with it, whatever. I got them all.
So Jules,
except Futurecop.
the first question
really?
Jules is going to ask is,
so I'll
when
fix
can he
that.
get merch? When can he get merch?
Yeah, if there is merch, where can I find it?
I don't even. I mean, I've not released something yet for some time, and maybe in the future I will. Yeah.
All right, so you know who to reach out to then.
I know. I'll definitely reach out to you. Yeah. Definitely.
It is quite the
I
collection.
need to have all the shirts.
Yeah,
man.
it's very cold up there in Canada. He needs all them shirts. He
How
puts
many,
them all at the
how many
same
flamingos,
time.
sunsets, and upside down crosses can a person have? I'll let you know.
Amazing. All right, so I'm again honored to have you on the show. You've been in the biz for just so many years. You first started out in 2007 making music. Now, has your sound changed? I know a lot of your inspiration seems to be, for me, it came from a lot of like the French touch sounds and Justice. Like, just I hear a ton of Justice in your music. Is that kind of like where you've always just kind of hung your hat, and that's the sound that you really feel expresses what you're all about? Because it's amazing. I mean, I'm a huge fan of French touch, and of course, your music's just very just great to listen to, and it just gives me that same. It's like a warm vibe for me. That's why I like it. But if you can, just talk a little bit about the sound that you had back then, and the sounds that have evolved, and whether or not you kind of stayed along the course of your original sound.
Yeah, so I mean, the first gig was 2007, but I think I must have started a year before. So basically, we just finished university, me and Pete, that time, and we'd go out a lot. And that time, you're right, Justice was big, and they got a touch of retro, and there's a lot of synth pop was big. It's just before MGMT, and a lot of synth pop, like indie bands doing synths in there, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, we used to go out a lot, we just partied a lot, and we just thought, we can make something good here. So when I got a synthesizer, I started messing around with sounds. Like, I got a Juno 106, I remember, it was like a broken Juno 106. And I started messing with sound. It just reminded me of like old 80s cartoons and things like that. So basically what I thought is, we'll put some Justice like drums on there. We'll put some this is how it was. We put like these kind of synths in there, and we had no knowledge of it. We were just like messing around with the computer, just we didn't know what we were just messing around, so a sound would come up, and then we'd put everything into, I think we were using Cubase. Oh no, we were using Reeves and Cubase.
Hang on, I'm taking notes because every artist I ask what DAW you started with, what are you using now, and just so that when the DAW wars happen, I know who's on what side.
Oh yeah.
Go on. Please go ahead.
Initially we did I just used to use Reason at one point, and and what happened is I just got that's it. There's another band. They didn't do much of it, but it was called not a band, but a producer called Milo, and he did like a song with like this kind of in my arms, and I remember that song. I was like, this synth's nice, and I wanted to like replicate that. And I think I don't know, put some Justice in there, and then I put some hard bass in there, and like maybe we release it. And at that time, if you remember, MySpace was big, and also blogs were big. So we're gonna send it to our like favorite blogs and see if they like it. but honestly, like I think it took about 8 months, and we made this music which we thought, if you really think about it, it was quite simple kind of music. It was just, but it had kind of like, I think at that time, I mean, it was before Synthwave. Like I tell people, like Synthwave found me. I find Synthwave. I just got invited, but like there was no. I mean, I didn't even know the Valerie crew. Those guys, I didn't know anything. I just know this kind of vibe, and it's through the blogs I realized there's other people doing something similar. And I think we got our first gig. I think the guy who basically Southern Fried, the Fatboy Slim's label, released an EP with us, and we got this gig through their manager. Oh, Milo's actually old manager invited us to a gig, and that was our first gig. And that first gig, it was just me and my friend was just messing about. So I've never played live, right? And I didn't know what was going on.
Where was this?
Oh my God.
It was in London, and it was just like, oh my God, what we're gonna do? So, and then there were indie bands, a lot more indie bands there. We're gonna play before an indie band, and like it's just me on a keyboard, and I can't play live. So I told my mate Pete, and I said, "Come on, you just mess around with this Electribe." I had an Electribe back then. You just mess around with it. I'll play the keys, and what we'll do is we've got a mate to give us to make it a bit more fun. We got the Transformers 1986 movie.
Yep.
We got that playing through us. And so we played that show. It was hilarious because like we've never done it before, and I had my head down all the way, and he was like doing it, and it was like he was playing beats over like all the drums, and I was like, oh, this is terrible. But at the end, I never really loved it because at that time it was nothing like that. Like it was no at that time there was like the kind of synths were there, but not delved in so much that we're gonna actually make it so it sounds like an 80s cartoon. Like so much, and just put drums on it. And after that, we got, I think about 2 months later, we got Cologne gig in Germany, and then we've got an Australian tour. Then we did American tour. I mean, we went to America loads of times, and we just kept doing tours, and it was fun because it was like a big party. Like it was, it was fun. Like we still use the same things, and to be honest with you, we didn't know much about it. We're still learning, and we're still doing all this stuff, and it was going through like years. I mean, we met people. We even met people like Calvin Harris to like, I don't know, like to like. Yeah, all sorts of people. Like we were just everywhere, like here and there. But I think that time people didn't really know where to put us because we were doing this kind of music. So are we like doing the Justice vibe, or are we doing like an indie vibe? Are we doing like electronic kind of rave vibe? But we were like stuck in everywhere. We were just like everywhere. We're doing here a bit of there, like playing some cool place in Brooklyn and then playing in LA, Echoplexes. We were just everywhere. And LA had a lot of that sound. There was like a lot of like kind of this kind of nice, warm, vintage synth vibe going on. But we was just like two guys behind a synthesizer. We kind of like, it was like we're doing a rave, but it was just like some cheesy music kind of. But I don't know if it's, you know what I mean? But it's kind of cool at the same time because it's retro. So it was like that. And I think there's a certain time where I realized, I think years later, I think, okay, I actually liked it. I need to take it a bit more further. And then I got more serious about it. But that's how it actually started.
When you discovered, let's like veer towards the synthwave crew, right? Because back then it was a smaller scene,
right?
Yeah. So there were particular names, and we've talked to we've had a couple of other OGs in the synthwave scene on
Miami
the show.
Nights,
and they remember like we had Lifelike on. Back then, the retro vibe, whether you were coming from like a disco type Daft Punk, or whether you're coming from something a little more industrial like Justice. The synthwave scene was a select group of people, and like it was easier to discover each other and learn from each other's tunes and realize, okay, we kind of know now what sound we're going for that evokes memories, right? You mentioned Transformers, the movie. It's nowadays, I mean, things are, we've heard this a lot. Things are saturated because once everyone discovers it and they discover you can install a DAW on your laptop, anything goes, right? But did you find that your sound started to get a little more focused when you discovered other similar artists?
I think we discovered more of the Anorak. There was a lot of these Valerie crew, and then I think they were like, it was good, like, because they were doing something similar, but I always thought about it like as if they had a different vibe to it. I don't know how to explain it. Well, and then it's like, but what I'm saying is, it's overall, I think you're right. Like it invokes memories, right? So throughout the whole, even until now, the music I do, it's like it changes left and right, but it's kind of got the same kind of that warm kind of feeling throughout the process. And the other bands as well, like back then, I think they had the same kind of process. So like yeah, I'm saying yeah, I think it did kind of help, like, because we knew there was a community as well, that kind of thing. Obviously Synthwave, when that came about, it was like bigger, but at that time, yeah, it did help quite a bit. It was good. I mean, that blog era as well, like, everyone was giving free music. There was there was no streaming or anything that day.
Right.
Those days.
That's the crazy thing. Yeah.
And we just gave out music. It was kind of punk rock, actually, if you think about it. Like, it was, everyone's giving music out, just like some guy on a laptop, and he's got a gig next week.
Right. And it wasn't about to make money. It was about the true art form and just
you got it. I mean, we didn't even know how much we were getting paid. We just like, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna play this music. We didn't know anything. We were like, oh, people are gonna pick us up from the airport. We're gonna look like, it's gonna be so cool, and we're gonna meet people and from different countries, and they're gonna be like this, and we're gonna, it's gonna be a lot of. I mean, it was just like that. Like, it wasn't that long before, like I said, we had our first gig. I mean, we went to Australia, like very far away from us, like very quickly.
Yeah, the only synthwave artists I know who have gone as like traveled to Australia to perform would be the Midnight, because they got the money.
And they're definitely getting paid, I think.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing about it. The spirit of the music. Yeah. Music comes first, and the community comes first.
Yeah.
Well, it's also when it's a little more underground. The events are a little more intimate, I think.
Yeah.
There's just everyone there is pretty much on the same vibe.
Yeah. Actually, thinking about that time as well. Yeah, they took us there, and I don't remember. There's Justice, but there was lots of like bands who'd play very noisy electro. I don't know if you remember all this, but it was very noisy electro, and I think people just really liked us, like when they met us or when they're like, they just got a vibe, right? So, and they just really wanted us to put in somewhere, but no one knew where to. So we'd play an Australian gig, right? And someone like playing. It's like as if it was like a total, like, it's like a heavy metal gig, like everyone's washing and stuff, and me and Pete were like, oh shit, we're gonna come in and we're gonna play all this like.
I remember Perturbator came to Toronto, because Perturbator's sounds changed a bit over the last 4 or 5 years, right? But he came to Toronto 2 years ago or something, and I guess the local booker or whatever, they were trying to find something that was like Perturbator, and the first 2 artists that opened up that night were death metal. I mean, Perturbator, he's a little harder than your typical synthwave and stuff, but typically most of the fans there are there because they're either Carpenter Brute fans, Perturbator, they like that sound, right, the Justice sound and stuff. And death metal is not that. And it was the looks on people's faces when oh well.
That's amazing. Didn't he have the logo though with all the squiggly lines though? I feel like Perturbator, and that's what they do. I think that's what a lot of people do, is they kind of match up not the music, but more of the aesthetic of
Perturbator's logo is very metal.
They're like, oh, well, that's obviously death metal. Let's
forget listening to the music. We'll just find another band with a similar logo. I mean, stick them in front.
These guys are executives. They don't really listen to the music. Come on now.
All right, so
which is funny.
Let's play a tune.
Yes. Oh, yes.
We're gonna let's start. We'll go way back to 2008.
Yeah. Good jams.
From your single / EP, The Unicorn and Lost City of Alvorath. All right. So we're gonna play this track. It's called NASA, right here by Futurecop.
All right, once again, that was NASA by Futurecop. Very, very cool tune.
Man, that is an old track, man. 2008.
Yeah. And I tell you what, we did not get a chance to do any of our shout-outs. So why don't we go ahead and do a little shout-out drop real quick?
Yeah,
Mr.
folks,
Jules?
we are live. So if you are tuned in to YouTube or the Night Ride FM website, of course, you can just do a shout-out in the chat, and we'll shout out your name. Big shout-out to Dysterian, all the way from Poland. Still awake. I don't know how he does it. And our friend Lisa, aka Labyrinthine Complexities, is in the chat. Craig Packman is in, as well as fellow Aussie Hearts and Beta.
Nice.
Yeah. Karen Zoe Lee is tuned in. Hi, Karen. And over in YouTube, we got Gaming Gothic.
Gaming Gothic.
And and Bending Grid is also in the YouTubes. Apparently, he can't launch the Night Ride app.
Uh-oh.
Maybe on his phone, I don't know. And finally, we got Rex Balls in the IRC, as well as Redesm in the IRC. So yeah, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Say hi if you're in the chats.
Jump out, say hi, pop in the IRC, the Discord, or the YouTube. We want to say hi to you, and we want to say hi to you. So amazing stuff. And I tell you what, Jules, I really did like that track. I guess that was like NASA, the NASA, because you use small letters, right? I
It was a
don't.
mistake. I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened. It was like a mistake.
Was
I
it
don't
okay?
know what. I don't know. Was it small or big? At that time, we were not very. We were like partying a lot. I mean, you know, that NASA we made it. You know, the NASA, it was actually like without a bass, like that bass, and it was only like, I think, Pete. We were in an apartment, and there was no furniture, and then we were sitting on the floor. And I was like, oh, this is such a good song. It's so chill, and and he was like, no, you gotta put bass in it. You gotta make people dance. I was like, no, I don't want to put bass in it. And he's the guy who's like forced me to put bass in it, and everyone liked it. So, and then so it was like that. That's how we just made music. It was just like this. Oh, let's do this, and he thought of people dancing, and I thought people like kind of finding some kind of like spiritual side to it, and whereas he was like, no, you gotta make people dance, you gotta put bass in.
So one of the things I noticed about your music is like you do typically have pretty good deep bass beats and stuff like that, but then you got these what I like to call like sparkling synths over top of it, right?
Yeah. That brings the spirituality, I think, and that's probably what really gravitates me to music like your music. And I know FM Attack has kind of a similar sound where it's very danceable, but it's also very melodic and dreamy and brings you to all these wonderful places. Maybe that's what creates the magic. It's a mixture of this spirituality, this nostalgic thing that we really can't define, and along with it, these pulsing beats that get you moving on the dance floor.
So it's the album artwork and some of the names for your albums. Like it seems to me sometimes it looks like the cover that you'd see on a fantasy book. It's always a vista or like some sort of like an old fantasy landscape or castle. It reminds me of things like of Neverending Story or some crazy like pyramid structure with. Do you have it say in that artwork?
Is there an artist that does the work for you as well?
I think there's a lot of artists to work for us. I think the main idea I think when I first started, in a way, it was more subconscious. I was doing it like this, but I think the more after so many years, I'm kind of like trying to figure out what those ideas come from, if you know what I mean. So that's why if you see the beginning one, it looks like the Never-Ending Story, and as it goes through, there's like some art. Basically, I think Futurecop is more about me trying to figure out what Futurecop is about. So every time I release something, there's something that's comes from like the beginnings of Futurecop. Why did it happen? What's going on, and what's the meaning behind it all? So so like that's why the artwork is really important. Like every time I make I mean, I don't do the art myself, but like I like really tell whoever I'm using like exactly this is how I want it. And sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes it does, and it takes some time. But that artwork is like, it's like a physical thing, because nowadays obviously physical, like you get CDs and vinyl, but it's not that big.
Right,
having it on the internet, like on Spotify, like that physical like piece, it paints kind of like the idea behind or the meaning or the feeling.
Sets the tone, I guess.
It sets the tone. Like it's like really important. And and so every album, I think it's got, like I said, it's got like the Futurecop kind of feel, the ethereal kind of like euphoric feel goes through every single album. But there's kind of like the outer kind of tones and the outer kind of influences is always changing, if that makes sense. So that's why the album
Voltrana sticks out to me, because you got the Buddha sitting.
So so even that one I use and it was very specific. I really wanted it like that. And even around that time, I was reading about like a lot of Eastern philosophy, just like trying to get some kind of feeling out of like Futurecop and music and stuff. So it just all blended in, and that's maybe another kind of like like how you have a kaleidoscope, right? And you go look through it. It's like a bit of a kaleidoscope of Futurecop, and every album is like just builds that kaleidoscope up and up and up and up. So that's how every album is like. I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Amazing.
Now let's go back to the collabs that you've, because I mean, you go through your discography, and I mean, so there's a lot of artists I'm familiar with, because I came into the game late in with Synthwave. I think I went balls out in 2016, and I was playing catch up. I was one of those people, you know, I'd listen to Kavinsky or Daft Punk or Justice, and then YouTube would suggest this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then I went down the rabbit hole. But
down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then, you know, the first time you create your own Spotify playlist and it starts suggesting, you're like, whoa, Christine, never heard of them. You start adding them, right? And of course yourself. And I'm looking, you got Cavaliers of Fun you've worked with. You've worked with Highway Superstar. Future Holotape. Time Cop, obviously. The list goes on and on and on. You've worked with Parallels and Oliver, aka Radio Wolf. You know what? I could just go on. Dream Fiends on here, so you were working with the Aussies. VHS Glitch. You know what? Yeah, I can stop right there. It's just enough. You've also been remixed by everybody under the sun. Accelerect LA Dreams. You've been remixed by, pretty much everyone.
Do you find it's more interesting for you to collaborate with other artists? Because obviously you, and maybe before we go into that, maybe we should just circle back, talk about your musical partner, which I guess is your original collaborator. Did you say his name was Peter?
Peter, yeah.
Yeah. Are you still making music with Peter, or is this just kind of a thing where you as Futurecop kind of branched out and took it solo?
So I took it solo, I think around just after 2014. So basically, till that time, I think we were doing it, and it was kind of fun. It was more partyish, and I think there was a time where I'd realized, okay, I want to make it more. I want to be a bit more serious about it. I want to really do this thing and all that kind of stuff. So I took it solo from that time. I mean, we're still friends. I mean, he came, last show I think I played in London. Yeah, he came to our show and stuff like that. But it's more like. I think around that time I just wanted to make it serious. I really wanted to like get out music that, you know, I think the best, like without thinking of like, oh, I'm going to make people dance, and it's more like a bit more interesting, you know. So he's around I think until that time, then I took it solo until now.
Okay, so that's really kind of the start, I would say. 2014 is kind of like that magical era in synthwave where everyone is discovering this crazy stuff. And I think Drive came out in 2011, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
It was kind of like the rebirth of what is this thing? Like, this is amazing.
This nostalgia,
Yeah. So that's interesting to know. So really, the iteration of Futurecop that I know of you has essentially been a solo project. But again, circling back to the collaborators, you've worked with so many people, including Siamese Youth.
I just noticed, Siamese Youth. Oh, but also, by the way, Mecha Maiko, Toronto local.
Oh, yeah.
Do you find that you feel better collaborating with others, or do you feel like you're at your best when you're just doing your own thing, like 100% creative control, or is it a bit of a mix?
It's a bit of a mix, but I think definitely if it's just me, because like the collab thing, I love doing it. I mean, I've been doing it for so long with people like Parallels, like Top. I mean, it just goes hand in hand. Her and Futurecop is like, I think it's like the best. But recently, like say my last album last year, I didn't collab with anyone. I don't think I did. Anyway, I didn't collab with anyone. So I kind of like wanted to make something that's with like vocals, like sample vocals and things like that, so I can create something, because a lot of people like remember me for the instrumentals as well. So I wanted to make I want to make something that's like, you're right, have like more control over like what I'm doing. But maybe in the future I'll probably collab more. I mean, it's just how it goes. But I'm trying to do less, because if I do an album, okay, Parallel is wicked. Like, if
Holly is
like wicked. I mean, there's no second take. It's like it's done. It's like wicked. But obviously, some people obviously busy and stuff like that. But there are some it takes ages, and it's so frustrating. I'm not going to name names. It takes ages, and that's the reason I can't release anything, because it just takes ages.
Yeah. I can guess who.
I've got an album ready. And I can't release anything because it's taking so long.
Yeah,
and that's why I would say that Parallel is the best one, because I never have a second take. It's always done.
Yeah.
So that's why that last album, I did it vocal sample and released it, and I was like, oh, it's quite good. I mean, because after a while, if you do music, you loop it and you keep playing, and you kind of get not just bored of it, you moved on to another part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of whole idea for the album is like, I don't even want to release it anymore because I feel like I've changed as a person creatively.
Right. You're past that
that's
point.
the worst part. That's the worst part.
Yeah, if you
of
wait
it.
too long,
Right.
then
Yeah,
it just
it's like
it gets archived in your unreleased stuff.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's why I released that. There's an album release called Lost Tapes, and I think one of
Yes.
those were like, no, it was the same thing. It was like, so I'm quite like, I'm now I'm thinking I'm be releasing a single every month quickly because I feel like it does actually help. Like I can, yeah.
It's also one of the frustrations. That's actually a good thing because you get it out, but it's also one of the frustrations artists seem to have, especially in the Spotify era, right? If you aren't around for a year, sitting on an album like a year or two, nowadays people's short attention span, they forget about you. Whereas if you drop something once every 2 months or something like that, you're on the radar. But some artists like that, they like working like that. Some can't stand it. I mean, Michael Oakley bitches to me nonstop about he just wants to like close off and disappear for a year and a half working on a new album.
Yeah.
But I could understand why he says that, because having an album is like, it is showing you. I mean, if you do one track, it's good and everyone gets to know it. But having an album, it's like a concept, isn't it? It's like a story. Like you
deliver a full idea, right? Which can't be done in one song.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, and you put in so much into that one album. So yeah, I know what you mean. So, yeah.
Well, very cool. I think Jules, we should play another song. What do you think?
Okay, so let's talk about back in 2019. You were on a song with Siamese Youth.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bugger up this pronunciation here. Naratani, is that right?
Yeah.
How would you say it?
Naratani.
Naratani.
So before we even play
it,
it, what does that even mean? Because I don't know.
I wish it didn't have a name. So basically, it's like it's a Bengali. It's like it's not Bengali actually. It's like a dialect of Bengali, right? And it just means, my grandma used to say. So basically, she used to say, like, if you get like lost in life, and if you get like kind of if it's like if you get like, you fall down or you get lost in life, she'll say Naratani means like your roots will always pull you back, or wherever you come from. It's kind of like an automatic thing that you don't need to worry about. So she used to say, you don't need to worry about it. It's just going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. So I was like, it's a nice concept.
Words of wisdom from our elders.
Yeah,
That's
it's a nice concept to think about. Like it's like you don't have to worry about it. So, like you worry about it, but you don't need to because it's just natural. So then I thought, I'll just put it into a song, because the song was just quite a nice uplifting song, and I'll put it in. And then I thought of doing a remix competition. Then I thought using that one because I think it could need something, and plus the name is so funny. I think people might find it quite funny as well. And then they did that, and I was like, wow, was that sick? It was like a totally different song. I was like, it's really good.
Awesome.
And they did. Yeah.
Okay, well, so we're gonna play Dennis? We're gonna play the one from the album Electric Dreams. Which is the Siamese Youth album, but this is Futurecop and Siamese Youth with Naratani right here on Night Ride FM.
All right. And once again, that was, oh boy.
I'm waiting for Dennis to say it.
Naratani.
Tane.
On by Futurecop. It's Siamese Youth. That song, we've just played it. So yes, all joking aside, I love that track. I didn't even know that was a Futurecop track. I remember when Siamese Youth got signed by NRW, this album that they had done blew me away, and this was one of the standout songs in my opinion. And amazing. That's the power of a good collaboration. I think it can really highlight many different artists and collaborators, and really it's interesting how together, because I feel like it feels like a Futurecop song, it feels like a Siamese Youth song, it fit right into their album. It's just interesting how sometimes a collaboration can go so well. I assume they could also, do you ever have a collaboration that just goes to shit, basically?
No, I'm sure he does.
And you're just like, no, scratch it.
We won't mention names.
No names, but just throw it in the dumpster, or do you try to work on it later, or do you give up?
Sometimes it just doesn't fit right, and sometimes it's like after so many takes, and you just start hating the song. So I think that's when you just forget about it.
Yeah. You just tell the collaborator you're done.
I suppose most artists have gone through this with collabs, where there are sometimes when you do a collab and right off the get-go you both know ain't gonna work, because you have different ideas of the sound, the end sound, and so you can amicably part ways before even any real work has started. And then you've got those ones where you're bouncing back and forth, right? And eventually just frustration says, screw this.
Honestly, I feel sometimes bad, because sometimes I get collabs and someone will do something and you can tell they put so much into it, but it's like it's stuck in this album of 12 tracks, and it's like this one that's so doesn't go with anything. So it's not even, sometimes it could be just like it just doesn't go with the whole set of songs, something like that. That's a bit of it's a bit of a shame. But
yeah, I guess because you're thinking album-wise, you wanted something cohesive that, as we were saying before, the complete idea has to fit within the construct of the album. So maybe that's one of the songs maybe you would release as a single and just kind of say, here it is, for better or for worse. But that's interesting.
There was a point, 2 years ago, I think, or was it 3? Because I think it was during COVID. You took a brief hiatus from Synthwave.
We
so to speak,
need
right?
to address this.
What did you do during that? I'm going to put it in quotes. Vacation.
So basically, the main reason I wanted to do it is I think I started making music, and I wanted to. It's not just I started, but I just wanted to make some songs. But I just felt like it won't really match Futurecop as it's going, as how people, the fans see it. So if I release this set of songs or this kind of music, I just felt like they won't get it, and I don't want to let anyone down. I don't want to when you do if it's a film, you do that film 1, 2, 3, and then you keep on doing it, and at the end you just, the one which was so amazing, it's just like, oh, that's just pants, and you just. So I felt like I was trying to do some music that just didn't go with that brand. So I actually made a new kind of set of like a brand name, the name. It was just called Manzo, and I remember finishing the music, and all I can think of is, it'd be so good because fans of Futurecop would have loved this. And I think I realized there's no way out of Futurecop for me. I just realized any music I do is just going to be Futurecop. I can't.
Right. You know who would like this? Futurecop fans.
Yeah. So I just realized, if I really do something honestly when I make music, if I'm honest about my music, it's just going to be Futurecop, because there's no way out of it, because I couldn't. As soon as I made the collection of music, I was like, okay, well, it's a Futurecop album then, isn't it?
Synthwave you can check out, but you can never leave.
No, it's a revolving door. Unfortunately, they never let you out fully.
Yeah.
Now,
True.
I think nowadays, like I'm one of the new generation of synthwave fans, so I throw the term synthwave around pretty broadly
Yeah.
because synthwave to me is I wrap up things like chiptune into that, even though it's completely different. It's adjacent, and I'll wrap up things, you know, like Carpenter Brute, like dark synth.
Yeah.
Heck, I'll even throw in a little dark wave in there. To me, as we said at the beginning of this interview, anything that elicits some sort of a memory or a nostalgic period of my life where I was hitting either industrial clubs or going to see New Order or watching, you know, Japanime on TV.
Yeah.
Anything that evokes that, or Blade Runner, you name it, right? There's so much electronic / retro music. And I think, I just paint a big brush on synthwave.
Yeah. So
I think some artists get frustrated with that.
Yeah,
They're trying to
definitely do.
They're trying to find their sound and what they are, or they don't like to be classified as something. But you know, I think in their minds they're like, I'm not the Midnight, I'm not Carpenter Brute, I'm not this. But I hate to say it to a fan like me, you're synthwave.
It's really an audience defined.
Memories.
It's an audience defined genre, and it's not even a genre in the truest sense. It is just a way, again, to describe that feeling that people get when they listen to the music. So for us, again, Jules and I both use a very broad brush. You
know what? I think Zarina once made a post, and she kind of hit it on the nail. Synthwave isn't a genre, or retrowave isn't a genre. It's more of a community.
Yeah.
Because the genre, there's so many.
Yeah, for sure.
In the community, right? So.
But I could also see not really, I don't know, not wanting to get involved in the whole community aspect. Some artists just want to make music and just be done. Like social media,
social media
and
is tiring.
Yeah, but I think
what's your approach on social media? Because it must be tiring.
It's got to be frustrating.
Say this. It's one thing to make the music, and put food on the table and stuff like that. But then when you got to follow up with post after post to push your new music so that there's a sale or two.
Yeah, let me make a video out of this. I'm like, oh god.
But no, I think initially it is a bit annoying. I have to admit, but after a while, I just get used to it. Like it's quite fun actually sometimes. But I don't. There is a thing that there's all these new rules comes out. Oh, you got to post that many times at that time. That's a bit frustrating. Like, oh man. I mean, what else do you want me to say? I've got nothing else to say. I'm gonna make up stuff.
It's a song.
So
Not listen to it.
Not everyone is Sunglasses Kid who can sit and make a new TikTok video every.
Yeah. Some of us
or
actually
Instagram.
have things to do. Although, mad respect to Sunglasses Kid, because he kills it. He slays it. And he's very entertaining to watch. I just know that I couldn't do it. Just because, A, I don't have the talent, and B, that's a whole dedication to be able to put that much content out there. And, I got real easy with social media. I just put up a picture and say, new show. That's it. And I'm going to go work on my bathroom now. Bye.
Speaking of work, so you've got new music coming up. We're going to play a track that you've kindly submitted to us. So you've got is it an album, or this is just a single you're going to drop with another single in the future?
Yeah, so this is a single, and I'm just planning to release a single every month. And hopefully, maybe one day release a big album. Yeah. So
now, is this going to be on New Retrowave? Is this going to be released on like a label, or just as yourself?
It's going to be released by Kai's. So
Kai's Beats.
He's a friend I've known for a long time, and we're going to release that. And and maybe in the future the album probably most likely on New Retrowave.
Sweet.
Wow. All right. So this new single, it's called what?
I'm Enough. So it's
I'm
called
Enough.
I'm Enough. Yeah.
And it drops February 9th.
Which is
So we get to play a little bit
away,
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a bit of a like a nod to my old style of music. So it's got it's less dancey. It's more like a synth pop, and it's no like side chainings and things like that. It's just like a very synth pop track. So hopefully they'll like it.
Do you have vocals on it?
Got vocals on it, yeah, and the vocals are like, it's just like a samples and things like that. So
Yeah,
like I said, I've used it because I could release it quick.
Right. That's the
Well, I mean,
benefit
so,
of
I
doing
mean,
that.
You got big artists. You got artists like Morgan Willis, who's pretty successful with his samples and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
he makes a great synth pop, or
Yeah.
I don't know, it borders on Eurodance, if you ask me. I love it. But
Johnny
It's
Fallout's
good.
another artist that
Yeah.
I know uses the sample packs, which is phenomenal because I had no idea. And as a listener, you don't really know if you're acquiring samples or vocal samples or where you're getting the magic from. They just
your
know
artist makes a certain type of sound and you love it.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Half the time you assume they got a mercenary for hire for vocals. But yeah, samples will do.
I mean,
or
it's
you
amazing.
could just collab with
Either
another
way.
Holly again, and
Yeah. Holly
I'd
needs to
love to do that.
photocopy and clone herself into like a million different
there you
Hollies
go. Yeah.
so she can work with all the producers because she's so
Speaking
great.
of Holly, I hung out with her and Brad Kanan
You love
and Oakley and his wife a couple of weekends ago. We went for Indian food down the street
cool.
from me
amazing.
because Oakley made the drive to Toronto. Rarely does.
Look at that.
It was that's right. It was his birthday,
Oh.
so we had Indian food.
Well, wish Michael Oakley a happy belated birthday.
Belated.
Happy
I
belated
will,
birthday, Michael Oakley. Sorry I wasn't there too.
Holly and Brad, you never know when they're in Toronto or LA because they're either here for a month and you don't know it, or they're over in LA for a month. You can never tell.
So much movie.
But anyways, I digress.
Yes.
We are talking about Futurecop here. You got a new single dropping February 9th. I think it's time to play it. So this is it. This is I'm Enough by Futurecop right here on Night Ride FM.
I've been looking for something that would give me peace of mind. You make me insecure, I pretend that it's going on. 'Cause I'm hurt.
And once again, that was I'm Enough by Futurecop. Very, very cool. Now, I know, oh man, where does the time go? I know we have a little bit more, but we definitely want to get you off to bed because I know it's late. But what do we have left here on our little agenda, Mr. Jules? What have we not covered?
Do you have... So you're going to be releasing singles. You... any collabs on any of the future singles in the next little while, or this is all going to be you, Manzer?
I'm going to be. There are some people I'm like contacting at the moment. There could be some collabs. I can't say because it's not complete. There are quite a few. Yeah. So once that's complete, yeah, definitely. So there are some coming up very soon. Yeah.
And
very cool.
Any plans to return to maybe standing on a stage, playing live?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I mean, I'll maybe. We'll see.
We got to get you over on this side of the pond.
Right, yeah.
That's what we
get the Nightwave crew to bring you over.
Nightwave crew? Yeah. Oh my God, we should absolutely have a little talk with Sam and the crew. Bring you over to NYC, and I'm going to make Jules fly down from Toronto, and that would be wicked. So we're going to work on that. Don't worry, we're not going to pay. Don't worry, we're not going to pair you with a death metal band. So
yeah, it's all right.
It might be dark synth, no Nightwave.
Just dark synth, that's all. But no death metal. But yeah, amazing.
Damn, Faith in the Glitch, he's all over the map.
It's true. And yes, last but not least, we need t-shirts. Jules needs to finish this collection.
Definitely, yeah.
So you're on most of the social medias, right? You're on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm not actually anymore. Someone hacked it, and I just didn't bother to get back in. So
Twitter's trash.
Did you jump on the threads then?
So something happened with my Twitter. You just reminded me actually. There's something happened, and I don't know. Someone hacked it.
Well, you know what? As long as you're on Threads, that's the new Twitter.
It's the new Twitter.
Yeah.
If you got an Instagram account, it's so easy to whip up a Threads account and be done with it.
Whip it up.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Of course, you're on Facebook, Instagram.
TikTok,
obviously Bandcamp, whatever label you've released on, so whether it's Guys Beats or whether it's NRW. What else? What am I missing here? Obviously, all the streaming services.
Yes, Spotify and Bandcamp and Deezer.
Deezer.
Is that a thing still? Every now and then I get a reminder that Deezer exists. I don't know.
Yeah, I never... Like, if you use DistroKid or one of these things, right, and it lists all the services your song's gonna go to, and you look at them, and like 80% of them I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
But hey, they're there.
Deezer exists. Okay, there should be a T-shirt called Deezer exists.
Oh yes, and merch. So
I would buy that.
Hopefully, within the next year, you'll work on maybe some merch, some shirts, because
definitely.
I'm running low on Synthwave shirts.
All right. No, definitely. I'll do it just for you. I'll do it.
Just do a one-off, just for Jules. That's all he cares about. But amazing. Again, it's such an honor to have you on the show.
Yeah, Manzer, it's one of the OG artists in the community. I'll say the community. You're royalty.
And when you come out with the new singles, just slide them over to us. We'll happily get them on the show.
Over. We'll shout from the rooftops. Yeah. There's a new Futurecop single. Absolutely. Do what we can.
Thanks for having me as well. Yeah, it's nice. Thank you.
Very, very nice. Have yourself a great evening.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Cheers. You guys too. Yeah.
All right, man. Take care.
Okay.
I tell you what, Jules. That was a pretty cool dude, man.
Very cool. I can't believe we talked to the OG.
Yeah, man. So let's move on here. But this was an amazing little conversation. We're going to bring you guys some more awesome Synthwave tracks. And I heard this latest track on Car and Zoe Lee show. And a quick shout out to KZL. If you're not listening to KZL, what are you doing, man?
Right. Speaking of shoutouts.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
We got some shoutouts. We got to catch up on some shoutouts. Over in the YouTubes, we had Barracuda pop in and say hi.
Barracuda.
And our friend, we met him down in Tampa at Neon Retrofest last year.
That's right.
We've also got JP, Johnny P, all the way from Down Under, Aussie Land, in the YouTubes, as well as Caldwell Avenue. And in the IRC, we were joined by Dragonweed and Jakeen, our buddy Dave 808 Turner, and Johnny 5 is alive.
Very nice. I love our Australian friends. Everyone else goes to bed, Jules. Nobody wants to stay up late to party.
It's like new. It's like, I think at lunchtime or 1 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
For our Aussies, I guess it depends what side of Australia you're on.
That's true. That's true. Is it different time zones? Different depending
on
whatever
they got
they're
3-4 time zones from one end to the other.
Oh my god!
And if I remember well, when I visited Alice Springs, there's like a half hour time zone.
What? That doesn't exist.
So it's like it's not 1 hour or 2 hours. It's like 2.5 hours.
Dude, how do they manage life? Like seriously, how do they Are they ever on time for anything? Like I don't even know how that works.
They are because they got funnel web spiders chasing them everywhere. And crocs.
That would get me moving.
And man-eating koalas.
That is like the number one motivation.
Drop
big,
bears
fat
and
spider right behind you about to eat you.
Tasmanian tigers chasing them everywhere.
Well, amazing. All right, so we're going to play some more music here, and we're going to shine a spotlight on some other wonderful synthwave artists. Although we do love playing Futurecop stuff, we should play more Futurecop stuff. I can't wait for his new releases. And once again, I think
this Friday.
Friday.
That new track comes out.
That's right. It does come out this Friday. You got a sneak peek right here on Night Ride FM. But in the meantime, let's drop some new rad stuff. What do we have next?
Well, I'm happy you managed to score this next artist for a future interview.
Oh, well.
So
keep
kudos
our
to you,
hopes
Dennis,
up and cross our fingers.
Karen's been trying, and I think I've been trying, messaging him. Yeah.
He's hard to track down.
Dennis has...
I got magic powers, and his name is John over at Aztec Records.
John, the synthwave drug dealer.
So I know John's listening to the show probably tomorrow, which when he's listening it will be right now. So right now for him, tomorrow for us. That's how time travel works. He'll be listening, and he'll hopefully catch that shout out and be like, yeah, cool. And hopefully Popcorn Kid does the show with us because we love his stuff. And especially this track here because he's singing the actual track to this time, which is amazing.
Yeah. So let me just read this little blurb here. Okay, so we've got Indian artist Popcorn Kid. He's released a new song on January 11th. It's called Monochrome, and it's a heartfelt musical journey that traces the arc of a burgeoning romance, painting a vivid picture of emotions unfolding through the poignant lyrics and evocative melody.
Oh,
did you get that, Dennis?
That's wow. I just want to I don't know. I want to.
Well,
I don't know what I
here
want to
it
do.
is.
It's
this
very
is
exciting.
Popcorn.
It excites my loins. Sorry.
This is Popcorn Kid with Monochrome right here on Night Ride FM.
right. And once again, that was Popcorn Kid with Monochrome.
I can't believe this guy's talent.
He's
vocals
crazy.
And everything.
Yeah, I love his just jazzy, funky. He reminds me of the Talkbox guy. Oh, shoot. I can't think of names. Beckett, thank you.
Yes.
I think they should do...
Talkbox.
Yeah, absolutely. They should do some sort of like...
Ooh,
some...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking like a robot again, Jules.
Am I?
Yeah, I think so. I tell you what, we're going to do a robot introduction here for this next track. And this is one of the tracks that came off of the submissions. You can always go to submit.nightride.fm if you'd like to submit your tracks to be played on the State of Synth. And it'll also go on to the 80s Guide, and it'll also go on to a bunch of other places. Karin, she kind of does her own show, but you can send her emails too.
She looks into the submissions.
Yes, all that. And I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and drop this next track. This is Russian artist Infra Coil. It is a collaboration between the singer and songwriter Kodomo Coil and Synthwave Radio, which is the label mainstay, electronic producer Infrasurge. From the album Elegant Decadence, this is Infra Coil with All Things Come to Dust, right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy.
Before I was 16, the breath of nature's greening. I was to keep it clean and keep away from things demeaning. Go taste the fruits of life, but shush when they turn deeply rotten. It's things like this that cut like a knife. The person that you should be growing, but it's okay, life moves by pretty fast. I feel all things come to dust. The things that should be cultivated, so I could cram into my world the visions I hallucinated. Beware, child, don't lose sight. We did a job. You're on your own.
All right, once again, that was Infra Coil with All Things Come to Dust. And very good, very good. We're going to dive right into our album releases right now. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up for you right now is our album releases. And just in case you're wondering, Jules had to go potty. Jules does occasionally have to go potty during the show, and I'm just kidding. Jules is having some technical difficulties. And I'm just cracking up because I said that we're potty on air. And for all the people that wonder if this is live, yes, this is indeed a live show that we do. And sometimes it bees like that. We just got to persevere. So we're going to go into our album releases, rather our tours. We don't do album releases because that got really tedious and we had to do too much work. So this is the touring releases. With February 10th, we have the Haunted Palace V, Von Kaiser, and Power Rob. That is in Baltimore, USA. I'm going to be at that show. Jules, if you are listening to me, I wish you could come to that show too, but my friend, you are all the way up there in Canada. Maybe there's a snowstorm. I wonder. Somebody should send some sort of like, I don't know, carrier pigeon or something up to Canada, make sure Jules is all right. He's not getting snowed in. But anyway, I'm going to be in Baltimore, and then I'm going to be in Philadelphia, USA for the Vortex Cupid Curse, Von Kaiser again, and that's got Neutron Dreams as well. So that's going to be a nice fat little bill. It's going to be a lot of fun. Philadelphia, if you're in Philadelphia, we can certainly use all the synth fan we can get because it's kind of a small scene. February 17th, we have Turnstiles. We have, is that Von Kaiser again? Oh my God, these guys are on a roll. And we have Matt. Is that Carrot 2? I don't know. Jules, help me. The show is quickly going downhill because Jules is not here. Pesky Kid, you know the Pesky Kid, very good artist out there doing synthwave, right? And that is going to be in their hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan, in the old US of A. So check that out. Then we have in Leeds, UK on February 17th, we have the Black Heart, home of House of Serpents. My God, Jules, where the hell are you? FHE and the Phantom Division. That's going to be amazing. And that's going to be in the Leeds. So check that out. We have in San Francisco, February 17th, lots of gigs on February 17th. We have Kilowatt Bar with 2D Cat, Name Sayers, and Catch Pitchard? Jules? Okay. All right, so last but not least here, we got rounding out a couple of the events here. We have the India tour, that is the 18th through the 24th, that is the midnight, and the Australian tour, which is February 29th through March 2nd, looks like. And yeah, interesting. Tim is going to be kind of sitting these ones out, taking a little bit of break from touring, and he will hopefully be writing more midnight songs. So that's kind of a cool trade-off, I guess. So very good. We need more songs by the midnight, more albums, and that is pretty much guaranteed to be on the way because Tim is focusing on getting the beats out to your ears. So anyway, that is our event calendar. You can always go to events.nightride.fm with all of the events and find us and love us and get your news from the state of synth right here on Night Ride FM. And you can just Google Synthwave events. We're right there. All right, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we got a couple more tracks to drop here. And this one here is from our good friend from the Netherlands. He is the Mr. Heartbeat Hero. He has a new single dropping February 14th for Valentine's Day, but we get to play it early. So this is a brand new premiere right here on Night Ride FM, and this track is called We Got Love right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy.
I can't sleep, I count stars, I count sheep, I count cars, cannot sleep, cannot wake. 8:13, I'm so late. I got work, I'm so tired. If I'm late, then I'm fired. Our weekend was the best. I just laid on your chest. My heart spoke, my heart stopped, my heart sang, my heart talked. I don't care what they say, just a kiss every day. What you say, what you do. Cannot wake, 8:13, I'm so late. I got work, I'm so tired. If I'm late, then I'm fired. Our weekend was the best. I just laid on your chest. My heart spoke, my heart stopped, my heart sang, my heart talked. I don't care what they say, just a kiss every day. What you say, what you do, I am so in love with you. I want love, I'll give mine, all to you. You're so fine, I am one, we are two. You got me, I got you. We got love, we drove miles. We got dreams, we got smiles. I am one, we are two. You got me, I got you. We got love, we drove miles. We got dreams, we got smiles. My heart spoke, my heart stopped, my heart sang, my heart talked. I don't care what they say, just a kiss every day. What you say, what you do, I'm so in love with you. I want love, I'll give mine all to you. You're so fine.
All right, once again, that was Heartbeat Hero with We Got Love. Very, very good tune. And we have another track here. We're just going to go ahead and drop this one. We are still trying to get Mr. Jules back on the line, but you know how it is when you do live shows sometimes. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But we're going to go ahead and jump into our next track here. This is the sax from Down Under, Max Cruz. He has a brand new album dropping on February 23rd called Nights at the Sunset Beach. It is very chill, smooth, and relaxing, unlike his previous ones. But don't worry, the sax is there. This track is called Risky Business, and you are listening to it right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy. And that was Risky Business. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And Jules.
Max the sax Cruz. He brings me back
Max
with that sexy
brings
sax.
me back with the sexy sax. And yeah, man.
From down under, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, Jules. It's one of them nights. We had such an amazing conversation with the Mr. Futurecop, and then Zencastr done took a shit.
I know.
You know, this is
And
what
I'm
happens.
still sounding like a robot, aren't I?
You are a little bit of robot, Jules, but we're okay with that.
Okay, but
At least we got you online here to get ready to wrap this up. We
wrap
have
it up.
couple
Come back just in time to wrap up the show. By the way, a quick shout out to Angelon Perez over in the YouTubes who has joined and listening in. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to Dennis and the Robot. That's going to be our new branding next year, and I think we like it. We're going to go places with that. It's going to be our new character voice. And yeah, so anytime you have a live show, you have this happen. Zencastr, this is what happened. Let me tell you a little bit of a breakdown. Zencastr, I'm allowed to talk shit on Zencastr, am I?
I don't think they're listening to us.
No. They were a free service for like 4 years, and they were great. Perfect. We do every single show on Zencastr, and then they're just like, hey, guess what? You remember that thing we used to give you for free? Now we want to charge it $20 a month, which is fine. $20 a month is not a lot of money.
No.
But for a show that makes no money, $20 is $20 a month, and especially when you get the system not working and you can't talk to people, which is the whole point of the service.
Not only that, it's not just us, Effect. It's anybody else who is doing a Zencastr show.
Yeah, so don't go to Zencastr. Go to thestateofsynth.com, and you can give us any little bit of help if you do deem it worthy to keep paying these. It's like I just got to keep paying the man at this point just to keep this conversation going. But seriously, though, all help, any help is good help. We appreciate all the support. You don't have to give us a dime. You can just listen to the show, and that's cool, too. We love you anyway. We're certainly not going to complain, especially if you give us $1. It's all good, you know?
Yeah.
$1's $1. We got to pay
Lord knows
$19.
we got drunk at our last meetup.
Pay $19 for Zencastr. We just chip away.
And also,
anyway.
let's remind folks, if you like the station, the 24/7 music, you can always visit patreon.com/NightRideFM and become a Patreon and help keep the servers running so they keep cranking out the music.
That's right. And it's not a bandwidth thing because we are smoking on bandwidth. It is the nature of the beast sometimes. Jules, I really wish that you and I were just like in a studio, you and me sitting next to each other, sharing a microphone and sharing a beer.
I don't know. Look what happened to Forever
And,
Synth, man.
let the night takes you
burn
where the
out.
night takes you. You never know.
You know what? Maybe it's just all the McRibs I've been eating.
I think that might be it. I think it might
I've
be a little bit
I've
of
had 16 McRibs since last Tuesday when they launched.
Jules, you are
Toronto.
drunk on McRibs. You have
so
no self-control at this point. You don't even know how to work a microphone, and it's okay, man. We are going to send help to you up to Canada to mostly just to get the McRibs and bring them down to the States because we don't have none.
Yeah.
It's not our turn yet. I guess next month is going to be our turn.
Well, last year was your turn. Now it's our turn.
Yeah, you don't.
And then
we'll miss
actually,
it.
last time Canada got them was 10 years ago.
That's the thing about missing.
10 years.
You don't miss them until they're gone.
Well, see, that's why I'm eating so many. I want to make myself sick of them so that when they're gone for another 10 years, I won't miss them as bad.
It makes the parting just a little bit sweeter.
Yes.
All right, let's close out the show. I think we just it's like this show was the equivalent of like throwing a bowling ball down the stairs, like towards the end. Yeah, eventually it's just gonna hit the wall and
You
break.
can tell
something.
we're getting tired.
Oh my god.
Hey, though, I think we're coming in under the 2-hour mark, though. We did pretty good.
We are doing amazing on time. This is an amazing thing. We're gonna get back to Night Ride FM, 24/7 synthwave music. We're going to stop our talkie and we're going to do the walkie. But before we do, we're going to play one last track for you guys to close you out. So what do we got here?
Let's do it. We're going to play you out with the latest track from Northern Ireland artist A-Sign. And this track is called Windseeker. And from all of us at Night Ride FM, have a great night.
And thank you very much, Mr. Robot Jules. We'll see you next week. And maybe we won't be robots. I don't know. Maybe we'll both be robots, and that'll just be our new thing. Anyway, thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.